Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to your November reading. Let's find out what is happening for you in November. We are drawing 3 cards together. I am seeing this and this one. And we have 3 crystals and, well, an object, a stone, a love stone as well, to help to guide you in. And I'll draw some runes as well. So, pile 1, you have Far Sight. This is your card for pile 1. And this is sitting with a carnelian ring, really beautiful crystal. Okay, and let's draw your charm, your rune rather. I'm going to draw runes rather than charms today. So we have runes Berkana and Wunjo. So this is the rune of growth and the rune of joy. Okay, so that is pile 1. Pile 2, we have protection. This is the card for pile 2. And you have the agate slice. Very beautiful crystal. And your runes. Ooh, you've got 3 for pile 2. Okay, so we have the rune of harvest, Jira. You have the rune of Isa. This is standstill. And you have the rune of Ingas, which is fertility. Okay, so those are your runes. That is pile 2. Okay, and pile 3. You have playful. Beautiful, beautiful card. These are an independent creator set of cards. So yeah, do check out. I always put the cards in the description box below. So if you're interested in any of them, including the independent creator cards that I use, you can always find a link to their personal websites with the cards listed. How interesting. We have 3 runes again for pile 3. So you have Algiz, the rune of protection. You have Kano, the rune of openings. And you have Awaz, the rune of defense. And these are sitting with this beautiful heart. Love. Pure and simple. Really, really gorgeous. Lovely stone. Okay, so that is for pile 3. So beautiful souls, what is happening for you in November? This is what we are asking today. I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments longer just to give you a little bit more time if you need it. There's a really super lovely energy actually here today. Thank you for being here, beautiful souls. Thank you so, so much. It's such a privilege to read for you and a privilege to be connected with you all. You know, welcome back if you are returning to the channel, and welcome if you are new to the channel. Thank you so, so much for checking us out, and I will see you in a moment in the readings. Trust your intuition. If you feel like you're being drawn to more than one pile, then check out more than one. That can happen. Let me just make sure the camera is properly focused, and I'm going to leave the video running a few moments longer just to give you a little bit more time, and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Very, very exciting reading. Far Sight. I'm seeing you looking ahead in some way, shape or form. Carnelian is interesting. It's got an energy of real perseverance, of kind of getting to the finish line. Berkana is a rune of growth, of new, like a whole new phase in life. And you have Wunjo, the rune of joy. So this is pretty cool. Pretty cool and exciting. But let us let's draw cards before we decide quite what this is saying to you. May we ask for guidance and information about November for my beautiful pile ones. It's that one. May we ask for information and guidance for my beautiful pile ones. Okay, just the one from this pack. Okay, I'm going to draw your tarot cards as well, actually. Using the very lovely quirky tarot, which I really, really enjoy. These are a really funky little pack. Let's use those and see what we are shown. Okay, so pile one, you have Rhodiola, Wisdom. Okay. And Coca, I cannot believe this. You have Farsight and Foresight. Wow. Okay, this is really, really interesting. Now, both of these cards have Uranus. One is Uranus and Venus. I don't know if you can see this. Let me hold this up to the camera. Can you see we have Uranus and Venus for this one? And then for this one, we have Uranus. I think you can just about see Uranus and Mercury. Okay, Uranus is the great awakener, the energy of an awakening or of sudden happenings as well, sudden transformations, sudden unexpected events. You have ego, you have transition and compassion. I think we can get those in. Yeah, that's going to work for us. And then you have listening, which is very interesting. This is a card that says listen, obviously, but like really listen rather than speak. You know, be still, notice, listen, observe. Notice, listen, observe, foresight, wisdom, farsight. Okay, you have the Star. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the Hermit, Six of Swords and the Four of Cups. Now I think we really do have room for another card here. But we'll wait for a moment. This is what has come through for us to start with. Okay, my lovely pile one. I think November is going to be a very productive and interesting month for you. Now, on the one hand, I think you are going to sort of know where you want to go. I think it's going to be quite busy. I think it's packed, actually, with the Ten of Wands. I think there's a lot. You're going to try and pack a lot into this month of November. A lot to do. Very, very busy at work. And I think it will be genuinely fruitful and productive. You're actually investing in the future at the moment, and I think you're very conscious of that. Now, in a way, we all are. Every single day, you know, our thoughts, our words, our deeds are actually creating the shape of our future. But I think you guys are genuinely investing in something that will come to fruition in the future. And you know, I think you know what it is, and I think you know where you're going. I think you know where you want to get to. You've got I think you do have a far sight in this. Now, these cards are really about tuning into your gifts and the guidance that is available to you. The Star, I mean, this is showing you the way. So I feel that you are on track with whatever you are working on, whatever you are manifesting. The energy of carnelian is, it sees you through to the finish line. It gives you perseverance, it gives you resilience, it gives you a core kind of strength. When I'm working, if I've got working on a particular project and I need to be focused, I actually carry a little piece of carnelian with me. It's got a really strong energy of keeping going. So I'm seeing you do this. I'm seeing it being very fruitful. What is interesting, I do want to say that, and yeah, I also think you'll get to the end goal as well. I do think you will need to take some time out from time to time. And also not be too fixed on exactly how you think the month is going to unfold. You know, like if you have like a really big list and you set yourself in a very organized way. I'm not suggesting this is all of you, but let's just say, to use the example to illustrate the energy. If you had a list and you've got priorities, and then you decide you're going to stick to that list and this is what you're going to do, this is how you're going to do it, I don't think that that's necessarily going to work. I think this is a windy road rather than a straight one. So even though you've got a lot to do, and a list of a lot of things that you wish to achieve and need to achieve, and you know where you're going, you're looking ahead here, you're planning ahead, you know what the end goal is. I think you know the picture of or the shape pretty much of what you're trying to achieve here. These cards, rhodiola, wisdom, coca, foresight, these are both energies, plants that native peoples would use in order to tune into higher guidance, to get wisdom, to transform, and you have transition. So I think something that you are already doing, I don't think it's a new thing, it's something you're already doing, and you know what you know where you want it to be. I do think you are going to achieve a phenomenal amount actually in November. And I think you'll really, really stick at it in a personal way. I think you're one of those months when you're able to actually make a commitment to it and get down and do it. You know, knuckle down and make it happen. Get to the finish line. What I think your reading is also suggesting, and the guidance coming through from your spirit team, is this will be a windy road, though. It won't be a straight road. So try not to be too fixed in how you get from kind of A to Z, really. I think it will be, the way will be shown for you, okay? You'll be guided with the Hermit energy. So even if it feels like it gets a little bit turbulent from time to time, this is very much about keeping on going, actually, and holding your vision in mind, but get still and open and listen, basically. In fact, I don't even know, in the busyness of your world, whether you do need to necessarily get still as such. I just think that if you are still enough within yourself to listen, the signs and the signals will be shown to you. I'm seeing these music notes. It's almost as though, a bit like in that story of the Pied Piper, where the Pied Piper played music and all of the rats followed him, or the Pied Piper played music and the children followed him. There'll be like I think there's something about your calling here. You know, something that if it sings to your heart, then that's the pathway to follow. But I think you do know what you're doing, and I think you know what you're working on. And you will achieve. I do think November is going to be an incredible month of achievement for you. I think you really are going to do a lot. The key here is to kind of be both able to plan, you know, like have your list, your priority list of all the things you need to do. I think to plan and yet simultaneously be flexible, so that if something happens, if there's an interruption or something, that you listen to it as being a signpost. You know, it's one of your signposts, as opposed to listening to it as an interruption. But I do feel you will achieve a vast amount. I think you'll take on a lot, actually, with the Ten of Wands. I think you've got a lot on your plate. But it is leading, you're on a pathway to success here. So you've got a lot on your plate. You're on a pathway to success. I think keep your focus, that far sight. Keep your vision in mind, and trust that you'll be shown what you need to do to transition this, to navigate this month and get to the finish line here. Wunjo, the rune of joy, is like a new dawn, and Berkana is also a new beginning. It symbolises new beginnings. So the combination of these two suggests that you're going to reach a point where it's like a turning point. I'm curious about the card of compassion. What I see here is we have a dragonfly, which is also about transformation, seeing through the illusion and the ego. I feel like maybe part of also what you're doing is whatever you are working on, whatever you're doing, do it for the sake of doing it. Love the windy road. Don't, if we again, it's that goal, A to Z, straight line kind of thinking, which is very much the thinking of our world, actually. But it's not always very helpful. Make sure that's focused for you. It's not always very helpful because the real world is far more windy. And if you are walking a windy road, you're going to see things along the way that show you, literally magically show you what the next step is going to be. I think I'm going to draw some clarifying cards here around both compassion and the Four of Cups here. Very interesting that they're here and we have a space for something, for another card. I do feel that you could get so, because there's a lot to do, I think there's a lot to do in your world in November. I think because you are really flat out very busy, you've taken on a lot. And that's cool, because you can achieve this. But the way to achieve it is by taking the windy road and not the straightforward one, the direct line. I wonder whether you will also, there is a danger if you try to do the A to Z straight line that you'll start to get really quite bored and you'll cease to enjoy it for the sake of doing it. And there's something about doing this for the love of doing it, whilst holding that vision. Let's get another card for you. Let's draw a chakra card. Interestingly enough, I think we have two showing up here. So we have self-worth and abundance. Now these cards are interesting. Self-worth here. I think this has relevance to getting to the finish line here for you. Yeah, don't give up. Yeah, even if it feels like you've taken on a lot, don't give up. Don't get despondent about this. The self-worth card is really interesting because this is a card that also indicates guidance. You know, seeing a vision. This little Inuit child sees a vision of this incredible throne. This is possibility. Other people didn't see it. You see, I think you do see something that other people don't see. I think you have a long-term goal or a vision of how something can be that other people don't get. Okay. Hold your vision whilst also listening to what you're shown along the way. There may be some sort of, again, it's your approach to something that is going to kind of win the race, rather than that. It's like it's holding that far sight and that foresight, having the foresight to know that you need to, that the universe will guide you here. Now we have the card of abundance, and what we've got here is one man worrying desperately because he's dropped a coin down this through the drain here, and then we have a very innovative little girl here who's here with a magnet. So she's going to attract, she's going to get what she needs, she'll attract the abundance, and the difference between them is the mindset. It's how they approach it. It's the abundance is there, but the difference between whether they get the abundance is to do with the mindset. So be compassionate with yourself if you find that you start to experience any blips of self-doubt. I just think this is going to be really packed. I think you're going to take on a lot. You're going to be busy. It's going to be hectic. You're going to be stretched, actually, I think. But this is part of a transition here, and it's really valuable. Everything in your reading is saying that this is going to be very successful. The key is, as we have said, don't worry if there's any turbulence. The turbulence, just listen to the turbulence, because the turbulence will have some keys within it as to how to navigate something. It's holding the right mindset that is crucial here, holding the vision of the future and the right mindset to navigate through any turbulence, and just getting still and trusting that you'll be shown whatever it is you need to see. Let's draw from a second tarot pack and see if we can get a little bit more guidance and information for you just about how this month is unfolding. May we kindly ask for more information for my beautiful pile one. Okay, so we have, oh, this is lovely. We've got the Magician for starters. Okay, so this is you manifesting. This is you actively manifesting. We have the Ten of Cups. Well, how beautiful. And we have the Knight of Wands. Wow. I always think this card for me looks like a Four of Wands, even though it is the Knight. And the Four of Wands is a card of congratulations. Look, you're going to get to the end goal here. You can absolutely do this. Your reading is really reassuring you. However much you feel you've taken on, you can do this. You can get to the end goal. You can actually achieve this. This is really giving you the thumbs up. This is your spirit team and the universe saying, you know, we've got your back. We are with you at 1000%. Drop into stillness and ask and listen if you need any guidance. Don't wobble. Don't panic. Keep going. If there's any turbulence, we're going to see you through this. You're going to be guided. You know, don't feel despondent. You're literally, I think if you get to a point where you're having a wobble, honestly, just get still and listen, and you'll be shown something. I mean, this is a vision of something to enable this little child to get through something, to overcome something and come out the other side. You'll be shown the solution. You'll be shown what to do next, how to approach it. If you come up against not exactly a brick wall, but if you come up against a wall or a hurdle, even though you're working really hard to achieve something, literally, the moment you come up against something, get still, listen, and you know, you'll be guided. You'll be given the answer you need. You'll be shown what you need to see and to do to bring this forth and make it happen. Wow, this looks to be, I mean, really, really a full-on month for you. Very full-on. But again, love the journey for the journey's sake. And you will get, I think, to your end goal. I think you're going to get to your end goal. I really do. I think, you know, you know where you want to be going. That's cool. Just trust and give yourself those stillness breaks. If at all, at any moment you feel despondent or you're not sure how to overcome something or what the next step will be, just drop into stillness and ask. You know, the wisdom, the guidance will be gifted to you. It absolutely will. You'll be shown. Like with an eagle eye, you'll be shown what to do next. So, beautiful souls. I mean, you are absolutely being supported. Pile one, whatever you're aiming to achieve in November, I think you're going to get there. Beautiful souls. Have a very, very, very prosperous, fruitful, very busy, but exciting month. And I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really, really soon. Tons and tons of love, beautiful souls. Hey, pile two, what is happening in November for you? Wow. I'm fascinated that you have harvest and fertility. So two very abundant runes. You have protection with the bear energy and also Isa, stand still. Let's see what we are shown. What is happening, may we ask, in November? We have the horsetail, patience. Okay. Okay, and we have chamomile, inner peace. Oh, this is beautiful. I love that we have here a bear, a parent bear. I don't know if it's a mama bear, but with this beautiful little baby. And then we have this beautiful deer with another. It's like there is definitely there's an energy of protection around you, a lot of stillness here, which is maybe why we have standstill. The rune of Isa, that something needs to stand still, to get still, to be peaceful. What else are we shown? Let's draw all our cards first of all, and then we'll find out what is happening for you in November. I actually think you have 4 from this pack. Wow. Okay, we will just trust and see what we are shown. We have this one as well. And I'm going to dive straight in and draw your tarot cards. We have two. It's kind of funny, they're all coming out on the base of the pack. They did this in pile 1 as well. How interesting. Are we getting to the base of the matter here? What is this about? I'm going to leave it at that for a moment, though I think we may be drawing more cards. Let's just draw a chakra card as well. There's your card. Workaholic. Okay. We have workaholic. We have sad embrace. Okay, what is happening here? We have prepare, manifest, soul and trust. Prepare, manifest, soul and trust. Okay. Where can we put our cards? I'm going to put prepare up here, I think. What is this about? Sad embrace, letting go of something. Prepare and trust. How interesting. Okay. I'm just going to look at your tarot cards before I say any more, but patience. We have King of Cups. We have Eight of Wands. We have Page of Swords, and we have the Chariot. Gosh, you've got some fast-moving energy around you. We've got Five of Cups. Okay, what else do we have? We have the Ten of Wands, we have the Empress, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I'm just going to put these to one side for a moment, I think. I think there is a very important message for you, pile 2, for November. Rather than just looking at the lay of the land, I think there's a real gift of a message here, which is that taking time out is actually going to support your fertility. You'll get to where you want to get to more quickly if you take time out and ease off rather than constantly plough ahead. I sort of feel I almost feel like there could be a missed opportunity if you, with the Five of Cups and sad embrace. I think there could almost be a missed opportunity if all you're doing is working and not playing, if you're really, really invested in something. And rather than take it patiently and letting it flow, going with the flow, you're pushing for it or trying and trying and trying and trying. You know, sometimes it's a scientific thing, isn't it? Every force is met with an equal force. So if you're striving and striving and striving, ironically enough, it stops the universe from giving to you. You can't go with the flow because it kind of creates forces around you. I do feel there could be a missed opportunity actually if you. And this is all about asking you to keep your world in balance here. There's a pathway of manifestation that you're on, and it's your soul's journey. You can't rush this. You have horsetail patience. Very interesting, the horsetail, this amazing plant. I love this plant. It grows wild in the area that I live in here in the UK. In certain places it's not prolific or abundant, but there are areas where it's, and the colour of it is just, it's mind-blowingly amazing, the energy of it. But this is like a prehistoric plant. I mean, this plant is millions of years old. The fossils they have found of it are like the size of trees, where it's much, much smaller now. But it's a really beautiful plant. It's very nutritious as well, I believe. But there is something about, yeah, feeding something, nutrition, looking after something, letting it go with the flow. We have the 5-pointed star here, the Venus star, and this is Saturn and Venus. And then we have the sun and the moon in these cards. So there is something with the sun and the moon sitting together in this card as well, of chamomile, of you being peaceful, taking time out. It may be that the energy in November for you is feeling quite pressured, or that you actually are very, very focused on something that you particularly want to achieve. But your reading is saying to you, look, if you take time out and you approach this with patience, you can be sort of rewarded in a different way. I think there's something else. I think there's more than one element of manifestation coming into your world, and you could be so focused on one area that you miss the other. We've got this egg here. Prepare and trust. Where you're going is being guided. Very interested in the energy of something that feels very ancient. I'm wondering if something is coming back into your world, or even a meeting that could connect to a past life. I don't know, but it's fascinating that harvest came out first. Harvest, standstill, and then fertility, as opposed to fertility, standstill, and harvest, you know. So something can come to you now if you get still enough to see it or to be available to receive it. Let's check out. Let's look at this King of Cups. I mean, he's very serene, sitting in his boat. He's in a boat here, so he's going with the flow. He's got a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and he's holding a manuscript in his hand. The Eight of Wands. Everything is going to move forwards as it should. I don't think you have to make it happen. I think that's part of what your reading is saying with the Five of Cups and the sad embrace. I'll get some more cards around this. We'll draw more. Now, we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Empress, and we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, so yes, of course. Yes, of course. Okay. With the Ten of Wands sitting on sad embrace, again, I think you've got to let go of this massive sense of I have to do this at the expense of everything. Now, some of you may have found or be in a position where responsibilities are being delegated to you. Perhaps you're carrying more than your fair share of responsibility, in which case, again, you may need to step away if somebody is burdening you, if somebody is putting upon you, if people are placing too big expectations on you that are using up your time inappropriately when you should be looking after yourself. There may be some boundaries to draw for you, actually, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. Look, we're back to steady progress again here. The Empress is about fertility. I'm just going to draw some clarifying cards around this workaholic and sad embrace energy and find out a bit more for you. We'll draw a chakra card, I think. Another chakra card actually around this. Okay, dissipating. This is interesting because this is also about not missing an opportunity. Not being complacent and not missing an opportunity, and yet we're being shown almost not to be too so focused on one thing, again, that you miss an opportunity. Okay, I think the opportunity is probably less to do with work and more to do with I don't know, it could be a work opportunity, to be fair, fertility, but this is not missing an opportunity, it's seizing the moment, and yet you are being asked to not be so focused that you don't see. or you miss something that has been coming through. Okay, let's ask for more information, please, and guidance about this potential missed opportunity, or more information about this Five of Cups here as well. Let's ask about this, please. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so we're seeing you progress. Okay, this is cool. We're seeing something progress really well. Okay. Then we have the Seven of Wands, and then we have the Four of Pentacles. So we are seeing you working very hard, progressing very well. I want to say don't bow to pressure as well here, actually. Two of Cups. Let's get more information for you, my pile two. Look at this. Oh my goodness me. Ten of Pentacles. We have Four of Swords. And the World. Yeah, okay. Right, my lovely pile two. I do think there will be almost like a dilemma between your personal life and your working world. Actually, that's what I'm seeing here. I think it is a busy month for you. I think, yeah. And do you know, I'm just going to say this could go either way as well. So this is a reading that is reaching many people. So if a message that comes through is not resonating with you, it's almost certainly for someone else. But I think there is a dilemma or a balance to be found between your working world and your personal world. Now, this could be that in your personal world, you have somebody who is putting upon you and making a lot of demands upon you, and it's stopping you from investing in your working world, where actually, there's, you have something you want to achieve, perhaps a personal goal. It could be the other way round, where your work is putting too much pressure on you, or you yourself within work are putting too much pressure on you, to the point where you're not looking after your home world or your personal life, and not giving yourself time to play and time to be with your friends and your family, or just to rest up. Now this needs to this needs to change and to shift. I do think some of you are under pressure with the Seven of Wands energy. And in a way, this is what we are being shown here, of course, with horsetail, patience and inner peace. Everything here is about taking your time. Of course, the time, the wisdom of ancientness, just take your time. What you are doing, what you're working on, if this is like a work-life thing, it's going to stand the test of time. It will come to fruition anyway. Taking time out, actually, if you are really, really busy, or taking time out from whatever is burdening you or pressuring you, whether it's in your home life and it's stopping you from feeling that you can go out, to be fair, I still think go out and relax, versus, or get to work, versus sort of too much pressure at work, so you never relax at home. There's basically the flavour of this is that there is a dilemma between these things. And one area of your world, you could miss out on something if you don't use the energy. So if for example, if you have an amazing idea, dissipating, the card dissipating is about this, and this is a doing card. It's the yellow solar yellow is this solar plexus chakra. This is a doing card, and it's about doing something and not missing an opportunity. On the other hand, the workaholic card, this is the blue, the throat chakra, is actually about someone, I mean, the stories with these cards are kind of like opposites. This is somebody who works all the time and doesn't, and then misses out in their personal life. And this is someone who actually is really complacent, chills out, had a most incredible opportunity at work, but didn't seize it. So I sort of feel this is all about recognizing that your world needs to be in balance here. I think, whatever you are wanting and desiring to achieve, if you're working really solidly, you will achieve it anyway. You don't have to achieve it through sort of at the expense of your personal life. And if you are being complacent or overloaded at home in your home world to the point where you have an idea that you really want to make happen but you just never get round to it, that's not okay either, because you could be missing an opportunity. It is really interesting here that that's what we're seeing here. Now, you're going to love this. I actually think that the outcome you can is really, really good for you, because we've got the Knight of Pentacles, we've got the Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles coming in here, and the World. So this is sort of not holding on to the way that currently something actually is, whether you're working too hard or whether you're, procrastinating and not working hard enough. This is about not holding on to that and not bowing to pressure either, whether that is pressure from you or pressure from others. The Knight of Pentacles is all about slow and steady wins the race, consistent progress. And we have the Knight of Pentacles showing up twice. This guy is walking steadily forwards, and he's a creator, he's a manifester. The Empress is a card of abundance. You have fertility and harvest. November is a really interesting month for you, my beautiful pile 3. It is really simply saying, I think there is an opportunity coming to you here. You could miss the opportunity, whether it's in your personal life or your working life. And as I said, this is a general reading. It could go both ways. And the key, of course, is to keep both in balance and make time for both. Prepare, trust, manifest, soul. There's something you really want. Let's just draw a few more cards to kind of see where this is going. Let's say pile 2 are really, really looking out for their work, keeping their world in balance. Is there anything else they need to really know about? Any specific information that would be helpful to my pile 2? Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. Well, she is the Queen of Manifestation. We have the Ace of Cups. Oh my goodness me. Wow. Well, this is just like an affirmation. You've got the Queen of Wands. She is the Queen of Manifestation. You have the Ace of Cups and you have the Page of Cups, which is a card that says pigs might fly. This is dreams come true. So, beautiful souls. Whatever you are manifesting at a level of soul that you really, really want. Now, this could be, for some of you, a career pathway. And for others, it could be love, it could be intimacy, it could be a thriving social life, a family life. Whatever the top priority is that you haven't got, I suspect that you are possibly either somebody who has a thriving working life and you are desiring a greater balance of intimacy and home life, or you have a lovely social life but actually you haven't found your calling, or you've never quite committed to your calling or your working life. And I sort of feel it's these two sides that we're being shown here. However that applies to you, and if it's not, then that is, I guess, a message for someone else. But if however that applies to you, if it is, if you keep your world in balance during November, you are going to be able to manifest something you really, really desire at a level of soul. It will be like a dream come true. So be very conscious of not missing an opportunity due to either working too hard or indeed sitting on the fence and not doing something, however this swings for you. I'm going to just draw a couple more cards to ask about how this opportunity arrives for you, because I'm kind of intrigued. May we just see if we could be given any information about how this opportunity arrives. Is there any information about how this opportunity arrives? We have the Page of Cups. I think there'll be an invitation, look, actually. Here we have somebody offering you something. So yeah, I think there'll be an invitation. And you know, if you miss it, it would be a great shame. So if you're working and you think, well, I won't do that because I've got work to do, well, think of this reading. Likewise, if you are, maybe there could be an invitation to some sort of networking event, but something that would, or some help to get something that you want to work on off the ground, and you think, oh, I can't do that because I really need to clean the house, or I need to do something else, or I'm meeting up with friends, even though this is like a once in a lifetime, I don't know, like someone gives you a ticket to some event that's all about, or some workshop about something you would take you in the path you want to go to, and then you turn it down because you've got a you had plans to have coffee with someone. Well, actually, that someone, if they love you, is going to support you in following this career pathway, or this wonderful opening, rather than actually you can have coffee the following day. So there's something about this. I think there will be something being offered to you here. So an invitation of some sort. Is there any other guidance or information to come through for my beautiful pile twos? Okay, well, I think we'll just take these because that's what's shown. We have Four of Cups, which is really interesting because it's a card where we can see despondency. We have the Queen of Wands, again, showing up. She is the Queen of Transformation. King of Pentacles. I mean, this is the gold dust, isn't it? You have the Sun. Oh, wow. I mean, look at this. And the Fool. Mind-blowing. Do not be complacent. Don't be complacent in working and missing social opportunities, or chilling out, doing your own thing and missing a work opportunity. Do not be complacent in either area. You can manifest something here, and it's something big. It's what you want. It's the thing that's going to bring you the most happiness and the new beginning that you have been longing for. So pile two, don't miss out. Seize the moment. This is your reading. It's so much advice and guidance coming through. Very, very interesting, pile two. We never know what's coming in a reading, and this is so fascinating. Pile two, I am sending you so much love. And I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon. Pile three, welcome to your reading, beautiful souls. You have playful, you have love and just love, pure love. Interesting, protection and defense. These are two very interesting runes, Algiz and Awaz. With Kano, the rune of openings in the middle, bang in the middle. This is one very powerful little rune. This is an opening. There is an opening, a window or an opening. Let's draw more cards. We're asking about November, please, for my pile threes. I'm actually seeing it's that one there, I believe. In fact, I can't quite get in there, so it'll just come through for us in a different way. I know. May we please have that card? Thank you. Thank you so much. And what else are we showing? May we please have guidance and information for my beautiful pile three for November, please. May we please have guidance and information for pile three. Oh, beautiful. How interesting. You're the only pile that's had this many cards from this pack, but that's what we're going with. I'm going to draw a chakra card as well. It's that one, actually. And some tarot cards too. We're using the quirky tarot this week. I love this week. Well, this reading. I've done other readings this week, but for this reading we are using the quirky tarot. They are a joyous little pack. They really are. Super fun pack. Okay. There we go. Right, let's see. What are your cards showing us? We have, how interesting, this came out in pile one, Rhodiola. And Horsetail came out in pile two. How very fascinating. Well, if you were drawn to either pile one or pile two, there may be a message for you there. Okay. We have Soul. We have Approve and Heal. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Yeah, if you were drawn to either of those piles, I would highly recommend them. Yeah, this also came out in one of the piles. Right, One Ring Circus, Sad Embrace. It's interesting, it kind of came out in reverse, and we have details. Okay. Okie dokie dokie. You also have insecurity. This is very fascinating. You have the Star. Let's see how we can do this. Let's do these first. We have the Star, the Lovers, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, we'll put these to one side and look at them in a moment. Okay. I think, my beautiful souls, with Soul, Approve and Heal, something is coming into your world that will possibly press your buttons, but simultaneously, I think it is something that you will really, really love. It's going to make you so, so happy. It's going to heal. It's going to heal what it has felt like. For any of you who have experienced isolation or difficulty within relationships, where you've been feeling as though you're very much having to do everything as a one-man band, I just feel that there is an opportunity, I suspect, for someone to come in and help you, or a group of people to come in and help you. Any kind of isolation you've been experiencing. Now, I thought when we had protection and defense together, we're talking about not being emotionally defensive or emotionally reactive. And sometimes we can be emotionally reactive when something really good comes into our lives, something amazing comes in, and our soul is longing for it. Something that we've even waited for ages and ages, patiently been working to manifest. And then the opportunity comes and it feels so emotionally, potentially amazing that we kind of dissolve into insecurity. And that's sort of what I feel I'm seeing here. You're being asked to have the wisdom as well to have communications, to talk this through. This is Uranus in Mercury here. Saturn and Venus here. I think this is something coming into your world that you've waited for, and because you've waited for it, it is joyous. It's really, really, really joyous, and it's a major opening. I mean, it could genuinely be love. It really could be love, or it's something you love, or people you love, or the right circumstances. For some of you, it is pure and simple love. If you've been on your own, or you've been in an existing relationship and it just hasn't been moving forwards, this is the point it moves forwards. I will draw more cards around Sad Embrace, but it came out in reverse. I actually do feel that I don't read these cards in reverse particularly. The cards give me plenty of information. But I do feel that the way that landed was very much about overcoming that, healing that. Any sadness from previous breakups, for example, or if you've had any arguments or discord or a temporary separation, maybe even in a relationship, and this is a coming back together. I do feel this is predominantly focused around some kind of relationship. It could, of course, be your relationship with yourself or your relationship with the divine. If that is the case, then if you felt as if you are not on track with your relationship with the divine, then maybe something happens that brings you, really reconfirms your connection. If this is your relationship with yourself, then maybe you have been giving yourself a hard time. I do feel for most people this is relationship as in someone else, if I'm honest. So if that's not resonating with you, it may not even be the right reading for you. Let's have a look at the other cards that came out. Yeah, look, we have Two of Cups. We have Two of Cups, Page of Wands, and Four of Cups. Where shall we paste these? Let's put them here. Yeah, Two of Cups, Page of Wands, and Four of Cups. Interesting, Four of Cups. With details, sitting here, these two cards together. I think if you find yourself thrown into insecurity about something, if someone new comes into your world, again, rather than be fueled by the emotions because of part hurts, look into it, look inwards, journey inwards. And listen to what's being shown to you. Listen to the truth of something rather than being complacent or bound by insecurity. Look at the details. So let's say if this isn't, let's say if this isn't actually a relationship, or it's a contract of some sort. But I'm going to look at being in a relationship as being a contract, okay? Because in a way, when we meet someone, and this is really clear now, the message coming through with this card, when you meet someone, in a way, you fall in love, hopefully, ideally, let's say, in the way things tend to happen. You fall in love, but you don't necessarily stop and talk about what you really, really, really want. What's okay and what isn't. That it's not exactly the rules, but the contract. In my work as a therapist, for anyone new to my channel, that's what I did for a long, long time. That was my mainstream career. I did a lot of work with couples. That was part of my practice. And I used to find I would get couples coming in at absolute war with each other. And in a way, what had happened, they'd met and they'd fallen in love, and both of them had an expectation of how the relationship was going to pan out. And then when we really began to have those conversations, Uranus, Mercury here, we'd have those conversations to bring in some wisdom and some depth into the situation. And we'd realise that both of them had great expectations of how it was going to be. Both of them were still trying to fulfil what they thought was needed, without having had a conversation about what was actually needed. So, I might get a guy, this is, I'm just using an example here, but I might get a guy saying, I jump through every hoop and nothing's ever good enough for her. This was quite a common theme, actually, and she's sort of saying, well, he never listens, and, I bend over backwards for him, but, he doesn't really appreciate what I'm doing. And he's thinking that he's doing everything right, and it's not good enough. She's thinking that she's doing everything right, but there's a massive miscommunication because neither of them have stopped to ask each other what they really want or what they need. And the moment you open up that conversation, he can then jump through the hoops that are actually needed, like just sitting down and listening to her, and actually, she can. This can be non-gender specific. You get the flavour of it. She can be then sort of saying, look, this is what I need, what do you need? And then there's no discord that's unnecessary out of pure trying to get it right but doing the wrong thing because we've never had that conversation. In essence, we've never contracted openly. We've never negotiated openly. We've done what we thought was right. And I feel that there is something about paying attention to the details here. So if you are in an existing relationship, and it's upping its game, or we've got the Two of Cups on the one-ring circus, I think, bringing you out of solitude, healing the sad embrace. I think contracting is really important rather than just, feeling like this is going nowhere, or you're fearful that, your insecurities have risen and you're fearful that something will repeat or whatever. Just talk about it. This is really saying talk about it, because I think there's an opening here, and I think if you can talk openly about it, I think, with patience, I actually think you'll reach this point of mutual approval, really, and something can be healed, really, which is really, really interesting. Let's draw a few more cards to see how this might pan out. Can we get some more information for my beautiful pile threes? Maybe get more information. So we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, look at this. It's almost like someone coming forward with it. It's like a peace offering almost. We have the Seven of Wands, which can be a card of kind of competitiveness, or sometimes, or not. I always feel like not being poked as well. You know, sometimes we see that. It's holding your own opinion here, whilst also being conscious of the opinions of others. You may actually have to stand firm on something, but I feel it will be heard. You have the Sun. Okay. Your card's flying out. Look at this. 10 of Pentacles, which is sitting on the 10 of Cups, which is the Happy Families card, the Happy Love card, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so something in some kind of relationship can be turned around here. I love that this otter is in the same circle as the Wheel of Fortune. You can turn something around. This is what your reading is saying in November. You can turn a relationship round of some sort. Or if you're single, you can turn that around and someone new comes in, and instead of dissolving into insecurity and thinking this will never be right for me, actually lay it out on the table and say what will be right for you. Because that way, you know, it can be unfolded, and it can happen, and it can emerge, because the other person can know what you need, and so you're starting on really solid ground here. And do it playfully as well. This is very much, there's a lot of joy here. This is, otters are very playful, and they are amazingly they bring a very feminine energy, actually. I mean, an otter will be very protective of her young, very playful, but everything is done in a playful, joyous way. You know, if they go out and fish, it's still done in a playful and joyous and amazing way. It's like they just love being in the water. They love the movement. And even though they're out there effectively kind of doing the shopping, you could say, bringing in the food, they are out there living life playfully. It's like they have an amazing skill at living beautifully. And I think there's something about navigating a relationship beautifully in a way that honours what you need. You don't dissolve into the emotionality of anything. You don't get defensive. You know, a lot can be healed through laughter and joy and playfulness. There's an opening here. Love can come into this. You know, this is cool. Page of Wands is a relatively fast moving card. So, you know, you can move away from aloneness and disappointments. You can avoid disappointments, actually. Yeah, moving away from disappointment. You can do this by being able to just be very clear about what's okay, but do it in a playful way. Maybe we just have a sneaky peek into what else might be coming. So we have the Four of Swords. What else might be happening or coming from this in November? For my lovely pile threes, you've got the King of Cups and the Hermit. Okay, so I am seeing this, we are seeing this transition here, reinforced here actually. I love that we have this sort of circular kind of energy of the nest, the circular energy of the wheel turning, the circular energy of the otter here. Yeah, so this is you, I think, feeling as though I think in the past you have had to defend yourself or even retreat, into sort of some form of solitude. But actually this is what's shifting. This is what's shifting. So something can be resolved within relationship, healed within relationship, whether it's a new relationship or someone coming in. And it could be a past life connection as well, because this is a card, horsetail, of very ancient, very ancient energy. Okay. Look at this, Queen of Cups. Beautiful. And the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you can collaborate. You can work at this together. Okay. Queen of Cups and King of Cups. I mean, wow. What more can we say? I mean, when we get a king and a queen in the same suit, it's often the coming together. It's often a relationship indication. But to have the King and Queen of Cups. So yeah, I think for many of you, this is, well, it's a relationship of some sort. Three of Pentacles, you can work, you can collaborate, you can sort this out, you can make it happen, you can get the result you want. you've got the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So this is fabulous. Just negotiate, talk it through, pay attention to the details. So if this is a business relationship, look at the details of the contract, look at it really, really well. You know, make sure that you are getting it right. It's a beautiful connection. There's a good collaboration. It's really fruitful. So everything here is looking fabulous. Approach this in a playful, light-hearted way. If there's something in a contract that is an actual contract with somebody, if it's a working relationship, then actually you might want to sort of come back and say, hang on a minute, can we look at this bit here? You know, but do it in a playful way. The more you approach this as if it is just part and parcel of the joy of life, the more easily this will flow. But you can transform something here of feeling like you're a bit of a one-man band, or you're in isolation, or, you know, to a point when you're a unit, you're a team. You know, however this is arriving in your world. Wow, this is really exciting. So this is joyous, because, yeah, it is joyous. Love. It's loaded with love. You don't need to be afraid or defensive. Just approach this fabulous opening with joy and openness, authenticity, and navigate. Put forward your perspective and what you need, and I believe this can be fulfilled. I am sending you all the love in the world, and tons of love, pile 3. This is your reading for November. And yeah, I did sort of say check out just the way the cards have landed. If you were called to either pile 1 or 2, it's almost certainly worth your while checking in with those. Tons of love, and I look forward to seeing you again for some readings really, really soon.